Hi, my name is Yona. I'm the after school leader at Field Teen Center, and today I'm going to talk about The Wicker King by Ankrum, a story about obsessive love and the dark side of imagination. I listened to the audiobook on Libby. August and James have been friends for a long time, and their friendship takes a weird turn when James starts having vivid hallucinations and they decide to embark together in this other world that only James can see, but both of them begin to become very invested in. They both decide pretty quickly that they can't tell anybody about these hallucinations that James is having because James is afraid of what will happen if anybody finds out. And also, August is used to dealing with things by himself. His mom is the indoor-only kind. She's got some kind of depression and does not leave the house. So a lot of the family's income comes from his drug dealing, and he's pretty used to making himself dinner and often making James dinner as well because James's family is not in the same situation, but is often absent because they are consultants. So the two of them decide to take on this question of what's going on with James together. And the question becomes a quest when James's visions and hallucinations start to become more urgent, and he finds this poem written somewhere that only he can see, talking about a prophecy that they need to prevent by finding objects in the real world that pertain to James's other world. So the book bills this as, on the top it says, he sees another world, but is it real? My experience reading it is that it was pretty clear the entire time that these are hallucinations. August knows these are hallucinations, and James mostly knows they're hallucinations too. And the real question is not whether or not it's real, but what lengths is August willing to go to protect his friend, to play along with the fantasy, and to keep other people from finding out. So James has the hallucinations, but August has some problems too. He's been setting fires, and following along with James is getting more and more dangerous for his health. And all mixed in with this, August is having a lot of questions from the girls in his life about what they mean to him and why he's not paying attention to them. I don't want to spoil the ending, but I will say that this book is tagged as a queer romance. I'm going to leave it there and let you explore what's going on with these guys by yourself. I enjoyed it. It's got this very hypnotic, obsessive rhythm. I think that August is a really interesting narrator. He just tells things the way it is. If you like brooding bad boys, guess what? This book is all brooding, all bad, all boy, all the time. It's not all boy. There are a lot of strong girl characters who weave in and out, but there are a lot of brooding bad boys. So if that's your vibe, you will definitely enjoy this story. I'll also say, even though the cover might suggest something kind of fantastical and James is having these hallucinations about a fantasy world, this is definitely a story that takes place in our world, and the characters have problems like in our world, just darker and more dramatic. So if you are interested in watching the darkest, seediest parts of high school friendships play out to their worst conclusion and hanging on for a very tense ride, you'll enjoy this book. I hesitate to call it fun because a lot of the themes that come up and the kind of presentation is pretty grim all the way through, but I didn't find it to be like devastating and depressing. I do think there's a lot here to enjoy, so I hope you'll check this book out and let us know what you think. You can get in touch with us on Instagram, you can email us, and I will make sure that those links are in the description.